Oh, hey, I didn't see you guys there. But I sure am glad you're here. You know why? Because it's Monopoly Night in America. This is the 21st time that we're going to try to do this season. And we're going to try to do it without a mistake tonight. If we do it, it will be the first time that we've done it this season. So let's get right on to it. Travis, are you there? No, he's not. So, Neil, are you ready?
Well, so much for not making mistakes.
Well,
we can wing it.
okay. So here we go in 3, 2, 1.
Yes, Monopoly, the world's most popular board game is now Monopoly, the TV game. Here come the players. I think it's John, and I think it's Doug, and I think it's Josh. and now here's Mr. Monopoly, Jason Myers, and the host of Monopoly, Turd Ferguson.
Thank you very much there, Neil Sternitsky, for that underwhelming introduction. I'm sure it gave all the players the tingles in their jingles, knowing that they were thought of so much. But no, I put Neil on the spot on that one. Thank you very much for jumping in there, Neil, and doing that, since Travis Coulter doesn't know his place. Welcome, everybody, back to another episode of Monopoly Night in America.
I the same thing the whole way through B&E Cup.
Right. I am your lovely commentator, Turd Ferguson, here, ready to go at it with another episode. Last time that we were here on episode 20, we had one of our greatest champions of all time, Scott Poot McVeigh, was finally defeated, and he was defeated by this man. He is returning to us as our champion with a total of $13,573. Welcome back, our red player, Mr. John Bergman.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Well, John, as we said the last time that you were here, you won the championship. You took down our 7-time champion, Poot McVeigh, who was just for the season just a smidge under $900,000, and you were able to slay that dragon. How does it feel knowing that you were able to do that?
I still can't believe it. I mean that I still can't believe he was an amazing player. I've seen him here on Monopoly, so for me to, bring him down, I don't know if that's the right phrase to use, it was just an amazing thing. So, all kudos, but he was winning too much money, so I thought I'd just let him lay off the bank account,
No, and hey, we definitely appreciate that because it needed to happen. But no, yes, you did a fantastic job there, and we give you many congratulations for being able to do it. Now you're able to turn your attention tonight to being able to see if you can start a run of your own. You have got 2 worthy competitors that you're going up against. How are you feeling coming into this game?
I'm going to have to still got to get my A game on, because I know that these 2, basically, my opponents, they're not going to let up, so.
Well, and we will see what you're able to do tonight as we meet your opponents. We start first in our gold position. If I take a look very quickly here for the season, let's see. He is in 8th place overall currently with a total of $7,365. Coming back for his 3rd appearance here this season on Monopoly Night in America, it's Mr. Joshua Fresh and Fruity, Rudy Tooty, Joshua Rootin.
Hi, Turd. It's good to be back again.
It is good to have you back here as well. So far, again, you've got a little over $7,300 to your name. In your 2 appearances, back in episode 13, you came in 2nd place. That was where Poot McVeigh was able to start his championship run. and then you came back and faced him again in episode 16 and did not fare as well. Actually came in third. Tonight you're going against John Bergman, the one that took down Poot. What do you think your chances are tonight?
Let's see. If I had to put a betting line on it, I say it's about 25,000 to 1.
They should make a game show called that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, John is a great competitor, so it's going to be all about the buzzer and actually knowing the trivia. So we'll just have to wait and see. But either way, I'm just glad to be back. I just don't want to be in 10th. I want to make it to the grand final.
And hey, that is definitely what everyone is reaching for again tonight. Unless you just something really weird happened, you should still be in that top 9 coming out of the end of the night tonight. You do, according to how well you do have an opportunity, even just here in the front game, to be able to find your way up into 7th. You're about $3,900 behind Travis, who knows where he's at, Coulter. And then, of course, John Bergman in 6th.
I thought I heard that Travis got held up at the supermarket because Kitty Bergman was running around causing problems.
Well, that is always a possibility, and she's probably like, "You're going to give me that orange chicken, if you know what I mean." And he's like, "No, I'm not." And that caused their own set of problems. But yeah, so we're going to wish you the best of luck tonight there, Joshua, as we go over to meet our other contestant. He is our green player coming back for his 5th time here on the show this season. He's currently in 14th place overall with a total of $3,805. Let's welcome back to the stage Mr. Doug Trovinger.
The elevator.
I agree with you there, Doug. Doug, good to have you back here on Monopoly Night in America.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Glad to be back.
Love you. Sorry, had to tell somebody good night and love them. But yes, so you were back here again. Like I said, currently in 14th place overall in the season. But here's the good news: you are only, let's say, roughly about $2,900 behind 9th place overall. So if you could have a good showing tonight, and you've gotten close to that in an episode before, then you could actually find yourself in the top 9. What do you feel about that?
It will make it a lot more interesting of a game, and I've got 2 great contestants, and maybe I can get some luck on the trivia, and maybe for the first time, knock on wood, which unfortunately is nowhere close to me, damn it, I might actually get a property.
Hey, anything is absolutely possible. Yes. Again, so much of so much of this though comes down to the timing, the questions hitting you in the right spot, and of course being lightning quick on that buzzer. So we wish you the best of luck here, Doug, seeing if you can make your way into not only the top 9, but see if you can take down John. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are our contestants this evening. And of course, as we are getting ready to get into our game here, I just wanted to quickly look out there in the live chat and welcome Dylan as always. Cody, thanks for being here. Let's see, we've got, of course, Poot. He's watching, as well as being inside of MVG currently. I see someone going by the name of Maggie Sajak is out there. First time I've seen the name. Welcome. Good to have you here this evening. And anyone else, let's see, Tony, good to have you here. And anyone else that is there and I just don't see you there. But thank you for being here tonight as we get ready to play our game. So, of course, we're going to start with a quick buzzer check. So, John, if you'll buzz in. Fantastic. Joshua? Excellent. Doug? And there we go. We've got 3 buzz-ins, which means we are ready to play. So let's get to it as we start with the acquisition phase of our game. So, of course, players, we are going to be making one complete trip around the board here, stopping at each individual property. You'll notice at the bottom of that property, there's a dollar amount. Get your question correct. Get the question correct. If you buzz in fast enough, you will get that dollar amount added into your bank. Get it wrong, however, and you will lose that amount. If nobody's able to get the question correct, we will cut the property value in half one time and one time only. until someone does eventually get the question correct. If once we make it through all of the properties in that color group, if someone owns them all, then we will give them some extra special value and turn those properties their podium color. If it's owned by multiple players, we will have a showdown round to find out who will take home that property group. So with that being said, let's get to it here as we start with our brown property group and Mediterranean Avenue. It is a $60 property, players. Here we go with our first question of the evening. What country singer started Farm Aid to benefit U.S. farmers? John.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson is correct. $60 to you, and you've got one brown property. Next up, Baltic Avenue for $60. What document essential to the future of the United States was signed on and that's Joshua.
The Declaration of Independence.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you $60. I'll finish the question. No, I won't. John.
The Constitution.
The Constitution is what we were looking for. $60 to you takes you to $120, and you own both of our brown properties. So let's turn those red and give you $120 of combined value, taking you up to $240. Now we go over to our light blue properties. We start with Oriental Avenue, worth $100. In history, what U.S. city was initially named Fort Dearborn, Indian Territory? And that's Joshua.
Detroit?
No, I'm sorry. That's going to cost you $100. John or Doug?
No.
I was thinking Dallas.
That would be the windiest of cities, Chicago.
Oh.
All right, we now cut Oriental in half down to $50. In music, what multi-persona funk singer had the hit album Purple Rain? Joshua.
That would be Prince.
That would be Prince. $50 to you takes you to negative 110, and you have a light blue. Next up is Vermont Avenue, worth $100. In literature, what was the first American novel to sell 1 million copies? And that's John.
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Uncle Tom's Cabin is correct. $100 to you. You're to $340. One for Joshua, one for John. Now we go to Connecticut Avenue, worth $120. In politics, what was the first country to give women the vote in 18... And that's Joshua.
The United Kingdom of Great Britain.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you $120. I'll finish the question. The first country to give women the vote in 1893. That's John.
New Zealand.
New Zealand is correct. $120 to you takes you to $460. So we're going to have a showdown round now. John owns 2 of the properties, meaning he only needs 1 correct answer. Joshua has 1 property. I'm going to need 2 from you. So remember, there's no money at stake. You're just trying to take over the monopoly. In baseball, who holds the record for most games played consecutively? Joshua.
Babe Ruth.
No, I'm sorry. John, you want to take a shot at it? Remember, no money at stake. Go ahead.
Pete Rose.
No, I'm sorry. It was Cal Ripken Jr.
Oh.
Yeah.
I watched him do it when I was in Baltimore.
I remember watching that one on TV. All right, let's try another one. In music, which British band originally recorded the hit My Generation? Joshua?
The Beatles.
No, I'm sorry. John?
The Who.
The Who is correct, and you have taken the light blue properties. Let's turn them red. Give you $320 of combined value, which takes you up to $780. We now turn on to 2nd Street and our magenta properties, which we start with St. Charles Place, worth $140. In geography, where would you find Wilkes Land? John?
Australia.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you $140. Joshua or Doug? That would be
between Miss Kitty's boobs. No,
well, that's Harryland. That would be Antarctica. All right, so we now cut St. Charles in half down to 70. Who in 1980 shot to death the former Beatle John Lennon? John?
Mark Chapman.
Mark Chapman is correct. $70 to you takes you to 710. You have one magenta. Next up, States Avenue for 140. What was the original name of the legendary boxer Muhammad Ali? Joshua.
Cassius Clay.
Cassius Clay is correct. 140 to you, gets you up to negative 90. One for John, one for Joshua. Now we go to Virginia Avenue for 160. Who is the author of the series of books featuring young wizard Harry Potter? Joshua.
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling is correct. 160 to you, takes you to $70. And we are at the end of the magentas. Joshua owns 2 properties, so I need 1 correct answer from him. John owns 1. I need 2 correct answers. In music, which artist has the nickname of the Godfather of Soul? John.
James Brown.
James Brown is correct. That's 1 for you. In history, which U.S. president created the Tennessee Valley Authority? John.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
FDR himself, you are correct, and you have taken the magenta properties. Let's turn those red and give you $440 of combined value, which takes you up to $1,150. We now go over to our orange property group, starting with St. James Place, worth $180. Jimmy, Wayne, and Marie are all members of which singing family? Joshua.
The Osmonds.
Osmonds is correct. 180 to you, takes you to 250. You have 1 orange. Next up, Tennessee Avenue for 180. In television, who most famously hosted the long-running game show $25,000 Pyramid? Joshua?
Dick Clark.
Dick Clark is correct. 180 for you, takes you to 430. You have 2 of the orange. Next up, New York Avenue for 200. In physics, which is lighter, a proton or an electron? Joshua.
Proton.
No, I'm sorry, cost you 200. Doug.
Electron.
Electron is correct. That's $200 for you. So we are ready for a showdown. And finally, Doug, you're involved in one. Joshua has 2 of the properties. He only needs 1 correct answer. Doug, you're going to need 2.
Okay.
In what city was the television series One Day at a Time set? Doug.
San Francisco.
No, I'm sorry. Joshua, you want a shot? Go ahead.
Boston.
No, it was Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right, let's try another one. In sports, which college basketball team featured the starting lineup known as the Fab Five? Doug.
Was that Michigan?
That was Michigan. There's 1 for you. Next correct answer from either of you takes the monopoly. Who is the arch enemy of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle Sleuth? Joshua?
Moriarty.
Moriarty is correct, and you have taken the orange property group. Let's turn that one gold and give you $560 of combined value, which takes you up to $790. We now turn on to 3rd Street. We're in our red property group. We start with Kentucky Avenue, which is worth $220. In politics, which president created the interstate highway system? Doug.
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower's correct. 220 to you, takes you to 420. You have 1 red. Next up, Indiana Avenue, the home of John Bergman, for 220. Which U.S. state was the first to give the vote to African Americans? That would be Iowa. Iowa.
Okay.
I would have never thought that.
The more you know. All right. Let's cut that property value in half down to 110 for Indiana. In which novel by Charles Dickens would you find the characters of Fagin and the Artful Dodger? John.
Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist is correct. 110 to you, takes you to 1260. We've got 1 for Doug, 1 for John. Now we've got Illinois Avenue for 240. In sports, what baseball team has won the most World Series? Doug.
The New York Yankees.
The Yankees is correct. 240 to you takes you to 660. And we are ready for another showdown. Doug, you own 2 of these properties, so I only need 1 correct answer. John, you own 1. I need 2 correct answers. In movies, who directed the 1997 multi-Oscar winning hit? Doug?
Stephen King.
No, I'm sorry. I'll finish the question. Titanic.
Okay.
John?
James Cameron.
James Cameron is correct. That's 1 for
okay.
you. All right. Next correct answer takes the red Monopoly. Which actor, the son of Donald Sutherland, appeared in A Few Good Men?
I know this.
Gentlemen, that would be Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, God. I
All
couldn't
right.
remember his first name.
It's all good. All right, next question. Cartman, Kenny, Stan, and Kyle are Doug?
South Park.
South Park is correct, and Doug, you have taken the red property group. Let's turn it green and give you $680 of combined value, which takes you up to $1,340, and you are currently in first place. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, hell has officially frozen over. We are now in our gold property group. We start with Atlantic Avenue. As we wind our ass and scratch our watch, this is worth $260. Which president created the United States parks system? Joshua.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt's correct. 260 to you. Takes you to 1,050. You have 1 yellow. Next up, Ventnor Avenue for 260. Who is the lead singer of the group Pearl Jam? John.
Eddie Vedder.
Eddie Vedder's correct. 260 for you. Takes you to 1,520. 1 for Joshua, 1 for John. Next up, Marvin Gardens for 280. In politics, who ran as the Republican opponent of Bill Clinton in the 1996 presidential election? John.
George Bush Sr.
No, I'm sorry. That's going to cost you 280. Doug.
Was that Ross Perot?
No, I'm sorry. That's going to cost you 280. Joshua?
I'm not taking it.
We'll wait for the buzzer. And there it is. Nope, it was the man with the fist tight as a ball, Bob Dole.
Bob Dole.
Bob Dole, yeah.
Oh.
Bob Dole wouldn't do that. Bob Dole would not say his name as Bob Dole. That's right. All right. I'm an idiot. All right, let's cut that property value in half now. Yes, to 140. In movies, who is the director of the 1994 film Pulp Fiction? Joshua.
Quentin Tarantino.
Mr. Tarantino it is. 140 to you takes you to 1190. So we're ready for another showdown. Joshua, you own 2 properties, so you're going to need 1 correct answer. John, you own 1 property. I need 2 correct answers.
All right.
Which NFL football team of the 1970s had their defensive line nicknamed the Purple People Eaters? Joshua.
Minnesota Vikings.
Minnesota Vikings is correct, and you have taken the yellow property group. Let's turn that one gold and give you $800 of combined value, taking you up to $1,990. We now make our turn onto 4th Street. We are at our green property group, and we are with a very, very specific avenue, which is Pacific Avenue for 300. In television, who played Wonder Woman in the 1970s? Joshua?
Carter.
Linda Carter is correct. $300 to you. You are up to $2,290, 1 property. Next up, North Carolina Avenue for 300. In football, who was the first African-American quarterback to win a Super Bowl? John, you're in time.
O.J. Simpson.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you 300. Joshua or Doug, you have 3 seconds.
Pence.
Sorry, I had to take a quick drink. That was Doug Williams for the Washington Redskins of the time. now known as the Washington Commanders. All right, let's cut that property value in half down to 150. Which U.S. president was known as Old Hickory? John.
Taylor.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you 150. Joshua. Doug.
Was it Jackson?
It was Jackson. 150 to you takes you to 1210. So we've got one for Joshua, one for Doug. Next up, Pennsylvania Avenue for 320. In television news, who was the only American network anchor at the collapse of the Berlin Wall in 1989? Joshua.
Peter Jennings.
No, I'm sorry. Cost you 320. John or Doug? John.
Tom Brokaw.
Tom Brokaw is correct. 320 to you. Takes you to 1110. All right, so we are at our first time to where all three players own a property. So with that, whoever gives me two correct answers first, and they do not have to be Yes, Doug.
Sorry.
Good job. Whoever gives me two in a row first, they do not need to be consecutive, will take the Monopoly. Here comes your first one. In boxing, what country hosted the Rumble in the Jungle? Doug.
Was that Brazil?
No, I'm sorry. John or Joshua? John.
Zaire.
Zaire is correct. That's one for you. Next question. In theater, who wrote the play Troilus and Cressida? That would be Shakespeare.
Oh, that easy.
Yeah. In politics, who was Richard Nixon's first vice president? John.
Spiro Agnew.
Spiro Agnew is correct. And John, you have taken the green Monopoly. Let's turn that one red and give you $920 of combined value, which takes you up to $2,030. Players, we have finally come to our final Monopoly. This is our dark blues, and we start with Park Place, worth $350. In movies, who played Holly Golightly in the film Breakfast at Tiffany's? John.
Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn is correct. $350 to you takes you to $2,380, and that brings us now to the final property, Boardwalk, worth $400. In the animal kingdom, tiger, reef, and hammerhead are types of what? Doug.
Sharks.
Shark is correct. $400 to you takes you to $1,610. And we are with our final showdown. So, of course, whoever gives me one correct answer first will take this final Monopoly. Yes, Doug.
Damn it, Button! Seamus, get off my button!
Good job, Doug. All right, so here we go with what may be the final question. According to the saying, going from a bad situation to an even worse one is like getting out of the frying pan and into the what? Doug.
Fire.
Say again?
Fire.
Fire is correct. And Doug, you have taken the dark blue property group. Let's turn that one green and give you $750 of combined value, which brings you to $2,360. And that brings us to the end of one of the best competitive acquisition rounds we have ever had. Let's take a look at where we stand. Right now in third place is our gold player, Joshua Rutan. He has 2 Monopolies to his name and $1,970. In second place, just barely, is our green player, Doug Trovinger. He has 2 Monopolies and $2,360. And in first place currently is our reigning champion, our red player, John Bergman. He has 4 Monopolies and a $20 lead at $2,380. Well, this is where we're going to take our first commercial break of the evening. As we do, our players are going to be backstage using some of that money to make upgrades to their properties, buying houses and hotels. And when we come back, we're going to get that chance to play our 15-minute big money round with Mr. Monopoly to find out who's going to go on to play for all the big cash when we go once around the block right here on Monopoly Night in America. Welcome back here to Monopoly Night in America. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Monopoly Night in America, sponsored by Raisin Bran. Has it been a while since you've been able to bust off a good one in the toilet? It's been hard and lumpy, and you'd rather it come out like wet cement than eat Raisin Bran. All right, let's take a look at where things stand at this moment. Right now, after we have had our players buying some houses and hotels, remember they spend $50 a piece on each one of those individually, and they do have to build equally. We have got John Bergman, our current champion, is in third place right now at $30. In second place is our gold player, Joshua Rutan, with $470. And hell has once again froze over with Doug Trovinger at first with $1,110. If this game ends this way, then it might be time for season 3 to be the season finale of Monopoly. I say that in absolute jest because Doug thinks he can't win at anything. So we'll see how it goes here. But it is that time of the evening that we bring in our very dear, close personal friend and avid Raisin Bran eater. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stage, Mr. Monopoly, Jason Jarrell Quantavious Myers.
Is it too late to have this part of the show sponsored by Raisin Bran?
It's never too late. It's never too late for Raisin Bran. That's right, Raisin Bran. When you're ready for the poop dam to break, then all you got to do is give the Raisin Bran box a shake.
There you go.
I did that one on the fly, boys. That's how it's done. So, Jason, you've been sitting back watching this game go. What are your takes so far?
My take is I'm gonna need another box of Raisin Bran after that one. But
Are they buy one get one free at your grocery store?
I'll mention that off air. In the meantime, this game is hotly contested between all three players tonight. Usually, it's been so long since we've seen this close to competition. It's always been blowout after blowout after blowout. This is a welcome sight.
And if you're feeling a little crampy and you're downstairs and you'd like to have a blowout of your own, then make sure to eat some Raisin Bran.
Turd, if you keep doing that, I'm not going to be able to buzz in because I'm going to be laughing too much.
Raisin Bran, if you're watching, that's Turd Ferguson, care of MVG Production.
Yes.
If you want to sponsor this segment,
5209 Nashville, Tennessee, 37209.
Just make sure that you don't eat Raisin Bran and take a Cialis at the same time, because then I can't be responsible. Monopoly will not be responsible for your need to repaint your house.
if you eat Raisin Bran and take Cialis at the same time, you're just going to create the next Hoover Dam.
Hoover Dam, more like Pooper Dam.
Yep, exactly.
Yes, Joshua.
What the world has this show become? Because I'm about to piss my pants.
Well, hopefully Joshua will have a chance to dry off here as we go ahead and get ourselves into our 15-minute big money round here. And of course, as we are getting into that round, players, we're going to be making as many trips around the board as we can within our 15-minute time frame. If we land on one of your properties on the board, then you will get a trivia question all to yourself. Get that question correct, and you're going to earn the dollar amount that will pop up on the card based on how many upgrades you have to the property. If you get it wrong, you won't lose money, but it will become a toss-up for your two challengers. If one of them gets it correct, they're going to steal that rent money, but if they get it wrong, it is going to cost them, so it is risky. Of course, we have got our utilities, an electric company and waterworks, which can multiply any dice roll times 100 and make that worth a lot of money really quickly. We've got a free parking jackpot up in the upper left-hand corner that's currently got $500 in it, but it's going to grow, and it will grow quickly. Just wait back and watch. And, of course, we've got our Kevin Henry specials, the chance and the community chest. and he will be here to absolutely interrupt this show and make us all remember where he is and why he's not here. And that didn't make a damn bit of sense. So just go with it and just know that it meant something. To who, I don't know. And of course, finally, we have got our railroads, the hostile takeover opportunity. It'll be all aboard for one question that can change this game in an absolute instant. So with that being said, we've got our Mr. Monopoly Pawn is on the board. Jason has got his dice. After he gives us that first roll, we'll go ahead and move it, and that 15-minute timer will begin. Let's do it. Let's play the 15-minute big money round.
How about I get a 7?
Doug's already wanting a 7. I haven't even rolled the
You
dice.
five.
Yet. How about doubles instead? You get a 12.
We don't see lots of 12s, and that takes us to the electric company.
That's one of our 2 utility properties players. This question is worth $1,200 for that 12 I just rolled. Good luck.
Players in science, which 2 letters are used to abbreviate the words alternating current? Doug.
That is AC.
AC is correct. $1,200 to you takes you to $2,310. Next roll.
6 and 4 for a 10.
And we have hit chance.
It's Chance! Oh my God! It's Chance!
Sponsored by Kevin Henry. All right, this chance card says advance to St. James Place. Now, to make it easiest on the pawn, I'm just going to back that ass up. But we would have passed go there. All players are going to collect $200. And we are on St. James Place.
St. James is owned by Joshua, so this question is worth $950.
All right, Joshua. In the nursery rhyme, which bridge is falling down?
London Bridge is falling down.
That it is. $950 takes you to $1,620. Next roll.
2 and 4 for a 6.
Right back to the chance.
It's Chance! Oh my God! It's Chance!
All right. This chance card sponsored by Kevin Henry says advance to the yellow player's next property. So that'll take us to Atlantic Avenue.
And Joshua, this question goes to you again. It's worth $11.50 this time.
All right, Joshua. According to superstition, what are you entitled to do when blowing out the candles on your birthday cake?
Make a wish.
Make a wish is correct. $11.50 to you takes you to $27.70. You are now in first place. Next roll.
5 and 6 for an 11.
And that takes us to Park Place.
And Doug, this question is headed your way. It's worth $1,500.
All right, Doug. In the Bible, during the crucifixion, Jesus was forced to wear a crown of what?
Spikes.
I will accept that. Thorns. Yes, we will accept that. $1,500 to you takes you to $4,010 back in first place. Next roll.
It's doubles. 82.
And that is Boardwalk.
And that's another question headed to Doug. It's worth $2,000.
Doug, in astronomy, the letters HST stand for Hubble Space what?
Telescope.
Telescope is correct. $2,000 takes you to $6,010. Next roll.
4 and 3 for a 7.
All right, that causes us to pass go. $200 to each player, and we've landed on Oriental Avenue.
All right, John, a question headed your way. For once, this one's worth $550.
Okay.
John, which religion was reinstated in England by Mary I in the 16th century?
The Funkadelic religion. No, I'm just kidding. The Catholic religion.
Catholicism is correct. $550 to you takes you to $980. Next roll.
6 and 4 for a 10.
And that takes us to St. James Place.
All right, Joshua, a question headed your way. This time it's worth $950.
Josh, in math, if you drive 80 miles on a round trip, how many miles is it one way?
40.
40 is correct. 2970 plus the 950 takes you to 3920. Next roll.
64 for a 10 again.
We're loving those high rolls today. Atlantic Avenue.
And Joshua's loving these high rolls because now he's got another question worth 1150 headed his way.
Joshua, in nature, what L is a variety of flower that can be prefixed by tiger or water?
Lily.
Lily is correct. 1150 you're at 5,070. Next roll.
6 and 1 for a 7.
And we're at community chest, Kevin.
Community chest! Community chest!
Sponsored by Kevin Henry. This community chest card says bank error. Yellow player, you collect $250. Takes you to 5320. Next roll.
4 and 3 for a 7.
And we pass go. Technically, we land right on it. That's $200 for our players. Next roll.
2 and 3 for a 5.
And that's the Reading Railroad.
All aboard, players! It's time for a hostile takeover. One correct answer will give you a chance to take over somebody's property. Good luck.
All right, get those hands on the buzzers as I ask you. In fashion, jeans are normally made from what fabric? Joshua.
Denim.
Denim is correct. So, Joshua, you can now attack either other player's property. So, which monopoly would you like to go after?
I would like to go after Mr. Bergman's magenta properties.
All right, going after the magenta. So, here, you're going to need to answer 3 questions in a row correctly to steal his monopoly. But be careful. Miss any question, and you will pay the rent for that exact property. So here we go. We start with St. Charles Place as your first question. In film, complete the title of the 1986 John Hughes movie, Ferris Bueller's
Day Off.
Day Off is correct. We now move to States Avenue. What kind of animal is the children's television puppet Kermit?
The Frog.
He is the frog. We now go to Virginia. Get this one correct, you steal the monopoly and its combined value. Get it wrong, you pay John $900. The casino card game with the object of scoring 21 is known as what?
Blackjack.
Blackjack is correct, and you have stolen the magenta property. So let's turn them gold. With that comes $440 of combined value, which takes you up to $5,960. And that was a successful hostile takeover. Next roll.
Excuse me. 8 minutes remaining. We pick up the dice off the floor. 2 and 4 for a 6.
And we are at free parking.
And this is an open season question. All players involved for a free parking jackpot worth $500.
Get that hand on the buzzer as I ask. In computers, what does the E in email stand for? Joshua.
Electronic.
Electronic is correct. You get the $500 out of free parking. Takes you to 6460 and puts you in first place. We reload free parking with another $500 as we take another roll.
5 and 4 for a 9.
And that takes us to Marvin Gardens.
And Joshua, that's another question headed your way. This one's worth $1,200.
Joshua, in space, constellations are groups of what?
Stars.
Stars is correct. $1,200 for you. Takes you to 7660. Next roll.
1 and 4 for a 5.
And that is Pennsylvania Avenue.
And a question headed to John Bergman. This one's worth $1,400.
John, in Roman numerals, which letter represents the number 5?
V as in Victor.
V is correct. 1,400 to you. Takes you to 2,580. Next roll.
It's doubles. It's 10.
And that's Chance.
It's Chance. Oh my God. It's chance.
All right, and this chance card, sponsored by Kevin Henry, tells us to advance to Boardwalk.
Oh,
Oh,
Doug, this question is headed your way. It's worth $2,000.
Doug, in music, what name is given to a written symbol representing the pitch and duration of a musical sound?
Is that a bar?
No, I'm sorry, toss up. Joshua.
A note.
It is a note. 2,000 goes to you. You're at 9660. Next roll.
65 for an 11.
All right, as we do that, we pass go. So $200 to each player. And we are just visiting the jail, so we're going to roll again.
Coming up on 5 minutes. We got a 2 and 5 for a 7.
And that takes us to Community Chest.
Community chest! Community chest!
This Community Chest card, sponsored by Kevin Henry, says, yellow player, you must make building improvements. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. As it says, $50 per house, $250 per hotel. So we have got $750,
50.
$15, $22.50. That $22.50 we will subtract from you, Joshua, and that's going to be put into our free parking jackpot, which puts that up to $2,750. Next roll.
No 3.
How about 5 and 1 for a 6?
Indiana Avenue.
All right, Doug, this question is headed your way. It's worth $10.50.
Doug, in law, what E is the name given to the documents or objects used to prove or disprove someone's case?
Evidence.
Evidence is correct. 1,050 takes you to 7660. You're back in first place. Next roll.
3 and 6 for a 9.
And that takes us to North Carolina Avenue.
All right, John, this is a chance to try to catch up to the group. 1275 on the line.
John, in art, who painted the Mona Lisa?
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci is correct. 1275 you takes you to 4,055. Next roll.
It's doubles. It's a 10.
And that's Pennsylvania Avenue.
All right, John, another question headed your way. A chance to catch up even more with 1,400 on the line.
John, in the game of darts, what is the highest score you can achieve with all 3 darts?
60.
No, toss up. Joshua.
180.
180 is correct. 1,400 to you. Takes you to 9,010. Puts you back in first place. Next roll.
1 and 3 for 4.
Oh, that's luxury tax.
Yeah, this is one of the penalty spots players. I'm going to need $75 from all 3 of you. Sorry.
That goes into the free parking jackpot, which is now up to $2,975. Next roll.
4 and 6 for a 10.
That's going to take us past go, so $200 for each player, and we've landed on Vermont Avenue.
All right, John, chance to try to catch up again. 550 on the line.
John, in fashion, what T is a woolen fabric commonly used to make men's sports jackets?
Tweed.
Tweed is correct. 550 you're at 4730. Next roll.
1 and 2 for a 3.
That takes us to St. Charles Place.
All right, Joshua, question headed your way. It's worth $750.
Joshua, in which 1964 children's film did Dick Van Dyke star as a chimney sweep named Bert?
My favorite of all time, Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins is correct. 750 for you. Takes you to 9885. Next roll.
It's doubles. It's a 4.
That's Pennsylvania Avenue. Or Pennsylvania Road, excuse me.
Railroad Avenue is still hostile takeover time, players. Another chance to try to take over somebody's property pending the right answer.
All right, this is a big one, players. In music, singer Axl Rose featured in which American... And that's John.
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses is correct. John, which of these properties would you like to attack?
I am going. I'm going to take back what is legally mine. I'm sorry, St. Charles Place to Virginia Avenue.
All right, so we will start at St. Charles. You know what's at stake here. Here we go. In TV, Sybil Shepherd featured in the series Moon what?
Lightning.
Correct. Next, we go to States Avenue. In food, consomme and gazpacho are types of what?
Soup.
Correct. And for you to be able to steal the Monopoly, or it's going to cost you $900. In which sport is the ball made of cork and twine and covered in red leather?
Baseball.
No, John, I'm sorry. It was cricket.
It's what, cricket? Oh.
Cricket. So I'm sorry. That's going to cost you $900. We're going to pay that over to Joshua. That means this hostile takeover was unsuccessful. Next roll.
2 and 3 for 5.
New York Avenue.
Joshua, the other question headed your way. It's worth even $1,000.
Joshua, in geometry, how many right angles does a right-angled triangle have?
1.
1 is correct. 1,000 to you takes you to 11,785. Next roll.
2 and 4 for 6.
That's the B&O Railroad.
And another hostile takeover attempt, players. One right answer will give you a chance to attack somebody's property. Good luck.
Players, what character did Leonardo DiCaprio play in the 1996 film Romeo and Juliet? Joshua.
Romeo.
He was Romeo. Where are we attacking?
We're attacking Mr. Bergman's brown property.
All right, you said you're going after the Browns, so we're going to back up to that. All right, we start with Mediterranean. So we will complete the hostile takeover, and then we will be at the end of the round. So 2 questions here to steal the Monopoly. The art of planning the decoration and furnishings of a room or building is called what?
It's in my pants.
Huh?
Is that your actual answer? Okay, well, time's up anyway. It was interior design, which means, of course, you are going to be losing $50. We are going to pass that over to the owner, John. And that means that hostile takeover was unsuccessful. And it also means we have come to the end of the big money round. Let's see where things currently stand. Right now in third place is our red player, our champion, John Bergman, at $3,880. In second place is our green player, Doug Trovinger, with $7,785. And in first place is our gold player, Joshua Rutan. He has $11,735. We are now going to take our final commercial break of the evening. As we do, we're going to be selling back all of the property, the upgrades to the property that our players own. And when we come back, we'll total it all up and find out who's going on to go once around the block right here on Monopoly Night in America. Back here on Monopoly. Monopoly is always sponsored by Raisin Bran. Do you need a colon punch so you can get rid of your lunch? Then eat Raisin Bran. All right, so we have had one of the best games in recent memory here in Monopoly. Let's bring this thing into the station. So, of course, as always, we start with reverse order here. So our player coming out of that last round, third place, was our current champion, John Bergman. He had $3,880. When we sell back all of the upgrades that he still owned, he was able to nab an additional $1,250, which brings his total this evening. Excuse me. I'm misspeaking there. I looked at something wrong, and I'm glad I didn't hit the button yet. Luckily, I didn't hit the button. So yes, he is nabbing 1,600. That is my apologies on that. And luckily, as I said, I didn't hit the button. So when we add that to his total, he finishes up with $5,480. And I'm going to make sure in my notes to the side here that I update that so it is proper. There we go. All right. Next, we go to our player that was in second place, our green player, Doug Trovinger, finished in his best place ever, $7,785. When we sell back all of the upgrades he still had, he did nab an additional $1,250, which brings his total this evening up to $9,035. And finally, we make our way over to our gold player who was in first place, Joshua Rutan. He had $11,735. When we give him all of his upgrades that he currently owns, he is able to get an additional $2,250. When we add that to his total, he finishes tonight with $13,985. Joshua Rutan, you are now our Monopoly champion. Congratulations. We will come back and talk to you here in just a moment, Joshua. But first, we're going to talk to our runners-up this evening. We will start with our player that finished in third, our now former champion, John Bergman. John, $5,480. That is not a total to sneeze at. You started off tonight looking really strong in the game. And then as we continued around the board, it would slowly kind of peter off a little bit. And the other players were able to start grabbing some monopolies themselves, which then kind of turned things on its head when we got into the big money round. So how are you feeling coming out of the game this evening?
You know, it's just the name of the game. What can I say? I think that when Josh got that successful hostile takeover, that's when everything started to change. But you know, that's how the game is played. So I still had a great time.
Well, hey, we are just over the moon that you had a good time with us. You do have a championship to your name right now. When we go ahead and take a look at where your totals are at this time, with that $5,480 that you're going to hold on to, that brings you up on the season to $25,868. And you are currently still holding on to sixth place overall. So, John, I know we don't have a lot of episodes left here in the season. Do you think we may see you back here again before all is said and done?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, hey, like I said, you were a great champion, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to give it up there for Mr. John Bergman. Fantastic job on his part. Next, we go over to our player that came in second this evening, Mr. Doug Trovinger. Doug, you were able, this is your first time you will actually finish in second place overall for an episode. You were able to hold on to $9,035, which is about 4 times more than you've ever earned in one episode. Tell me how you're feeling, what's going through your mind at this moment.
What the hell happened? Maybe I had some Raisin Bran before. I don't know.
Well, it cleaned out all the gunk.
Yeah, in my brain apparently. No, that one question whenever I was on Boardwalk probably could have made a huge difference if I knew my music. But what a crazy game, and the fact that I also got my first Monopoly, which I have struggled with all season, and actually since I've started playing the game, and just grateful to get 2. But what a game! I mean, hell, if we could have landed on free parking, that could have turned things too.
Well, and you mentioned it there. Had you got that right, that of course would have been 2,000 more to you, putting you up to at least a little over 11,000. Means Joshua wouldn't have gotten it. Would have put him to 11,900. You never know if with that would have changed some runs that people went on. But yeah, regardless, you had a fantastic game. So let me go ahead and update you now. With your money placed into your bank account at this point, you are now on the season at $12,840, and you are officially in the top 9 at 8th place overall. You were able to overtake, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me, 5. I was about to say 6, but it was 5. You overtook 5 players tonight. That has got to feel really good.
What place am I in? I'm sorry.
You are now in 8th place overall for the season.
Oof. I gotta see if I can try to get into one more episode just to seal the deal.
Well, and that will be important because with you being in 8th right now, 9th place is Travis Coulter. He is $1,555 behind you. Elliot Schiff, who is in 10th place, is about $6,100 behind you. So there are definitely some players chomping at the bit to try to make their way towards you. And I know that seeing as how we are getting to the end of the season, we've only got 4 regular season episodes left. People are going to be trying to get in there so they can have their shot at making it into the top group. But well done by you. We'll see what happens. Congratulations on your evening tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Trovinger, give it up for him.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know he is feeling really good about himself. And now, of course, the man of the hour, Joshua Rutan, $13,985. You have tried multiple times, and finally, you are a Monopoly champion.
Are you sure? Because what the heck? I come on here for the laughs. I come on here just to have a good time. Not actually to win, but I've done it.
Well, I looked it up during the commercial break because I saw you're going to win. And I was like, okay, I need to figure out how it was that he won. So I asked the AI, I'm like, how did Joshua Rutan win Monopoly night? And AI says, she. That's all I know. So, yeah, just go with it. Yeah, but I can tell you, with your winnings, that $13,985, you haven't played the bonus game yet. That has you now on the season at $21,350, and you are in 7th place overall now on the season.
Yes. Nice. 57.
And the good news is, according to how you do here in the bonus game, there's an opportunity for you to still pick up 1 or more spots on the leaderboard. So, Joshua, if you're ready, I'm sure the audience is ready. It's time for us to go once around the block. Well, as you see here, Joshua, we've got the board looking all nice and shiny for you. So let's go ahead and talk about it here. Of course, we are going to be giving you 5 rolls here as we try to go one time fully around this board. For every spot that you're able to make it around the board, we're going to give you $100 into that center jackpot. You can choose to walk away at any time if you want, or if you use up all your rolls and you have not sent yourself to jail, then you will get to keep that money. Now, we mentioned going to jail. We've got the one up in the upper right-hand corner. Seems like it would be easy, right? Well, not so much, because we're going to add 4 more go-to-jail spaces on this board, but we're going to let you have the say-so on where they go. We'll place 1 on 2nd Street, 1 on 3rd Street, and 2 on 4th Street. So if you would, Joshua, let's place 1 on 2nd Street between St. Charles and New York Avenue.
Let's place it on community chest.
All right. He's putting it on there to try to shut Kevin Henry up. So let's now put something on 3rd Street between Kentucky Avenue and Marvin Gardens.
Waterworks.
All right, Waterworks on that one. Now we need to do 2 on 4th Street between Pacific Avenue and Boardwalk.
Let's do the home of Brandon Scruggs, North Carolina Avenue, and Luxury Tax.
All right, North Carolina Avenue and Luxury Tax. All right. Now, here's the thing. I know that there's someone out in the live chat that believes I forgot something. I didn't. It is now that we will be, of course, revealing. Of course, Joshua, you were able to have a successful hostile takeover during the game. So you will be able to earn yourself either an additional roll or a re-roll if at some point you roll one that's going to send you to jail. So you can hold on to that one. It's basically an insurance marker itself for you. So if the time comes, then we will use that up. Now, Joshua, here's the good news. We've not had anybody win our bonus game in a little bit. So if you can make it all the way around the board before you run out of rolls and you can make it past go, you will win tonight $45,000. If you can, however, land exactly on go and become the 3rd person ever to do so, then we double that and you will walk out of here tonight with $90,000. So let's go ahead and get your...
Matthew McConaughey. All right.
That's right. So we've got your token on the board now. So Mr. Monopoly over there, he is going to fire up the rock and roller. You've got the red button there in front of you. Whenever you're ready, you hit that button and it'll stop it.
For all that is holy in the world, push the button.
1 and 5 for a 6.
Yeah, okay.
All right, $600 goes into your center jackpot there. You have 4 rolls with, of course, that insurance marker sitting there. So right now, bad roll, 11. So 1 roll and 11 would put you in a bad position. So do you want to continue on? I'm assuming you do, but I'd still have to ask.
I have a reroll in my pocket. There's only 2 dice combinations that end this game. Let's go for it.
All right, let's go for it. That rock and roller is fired up. Hit the red button.
Push the button.
2 and 5 for a 7.
All right, that's an additional $700. You're up to $1,300 in your jackpot now. You're down to 3 rolls remaining with your insurance marker. Your bad roll here is a 4. Continue on or walk away with $1,300.
I have nothing to fear right now. Let's go.
Let's go. The rock and roller is fired up. You know what to do.
Push the button.
6 and 3 for a 9.
Good roll.
All right, we've got over top of that 1 go to jail, $900 additional dollars. $2,200 is what you've got in your jackpot. You've got 2 rolls remaining. Now things start to get a little more dicey. Your bad rolls, 6, 8, 10. So you've got 3 bad rolls in front of you. You do have an insurance marker, of course. Remember that. Walk away with $2,200 or push on.
Can I need a rule clarification if I could, please.
Sure.
If I do roll a bad roll and I burn my reroll token, I cannot walk away.
So if you use the re-roll, that would just basically cancel out the roll that you had, and then you would be able to walk away at that moment.
Okay. Then because of the rule clarification, let's go for it.
Then let's go. The rock and roller is rocking and rolling. Tell them when to stop it.
Push the button.
3 and 5 for an 8.
All right, so this is, of course, where we're going to do that re-roll. Okay, So so you're getting to re-roll it. So it's like that didn't happen, but it did still cost you your roll. Okay, so you have one roll left now. All right, $2,200. You have nothing to save you.
You know what? The thing is this: even if I go to jail, I'm still in a pretty decent position overall on the board. So no guts, no glory. Let's play.
All right, he's going for it. The rock and roller's fired up. He needs a double to try to get to go.
Push the button.
It's doubles. It's a 12.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
So $1,200 added into the center jackpot. $3,400. One roll remaining. Your bad roll, a 4. If you get a 7 or above, you win $45,000. You give me a 6 on the dot, it's $90,000.
Got to do it.
What do you do?
No guts, no glory. Let's roll.
Yes, go for it.
Don't be a
Here we
bitch.
go. This right here is likely going to be it. The rock and roller is rocking. Our fingers are crossed for you. Push that button, Joshua.
Look.
Before we push the button, cut the green wire and push the button.
Check.
6 for
Yes.
$90,000.
Yes, Joshua, yes.
Oh my
It
God.
says 50, but you have just won $90,000. You have just become the 3rd person to ever win the jackpot here on Monopoly. Oh my God. That is amazing. All right, as we bring things back down in here. Well done there. You, again, I know it says 50. It's just the way the software is set up. $90,000. Now, of course, we're going to add that into what you've won. So you add another 40 to that. That means tonight you are walking out of here with $103,985. Tell us how it feels.
Congrats.
First of all, thank you, Jose, for sending me a case of Texas BS. And second of all, oh my God, are you kidding me? I cannot do it.
Now you know how I felt when I got my first jackpot.
It is not every day around here that we see this. Things have gotten all kinds of special around here lately during this season. Yeah, we have been handing out money like it's freaking candy. And Josh, let me tell you a couple of things. Number one, with that win tonight and that hitting that jackpot, your total now for the season stands at $111,350. Now, here's the second thing. You were able to go past, let's see, at that time, you would have jumped our 6th place player, John Bergman, who had 25,868. You were able to jump over the 5th place person, Peach Vagine, 36,928. You were able to jump the 4th place person, Scott Michaels, who had 46,352. And you also jumped the 3rd place player, Jason Myers, who had 98,849. Meaning, Joshua, you are now in our top 3 winners for the season. Meaning you, at this moment, would get to take part in the draft at season's end to determine who your opponents will be in the Tournament of Champions. And at this point, we could say, almost with certainty, you will be making the tournament now because of that win. So, with me dropping all of that on you, now tell me how you feel.
Oh, wow. I mean, again, just to even say, hey, I'm in the top 9, that's awesome. But now to say top 3, wow. Holy cow. I mean, I still can't, I cannot believe it. I honestly thought I screwed myself with those go to jail placements.
Well, I think we see you absolutely did not screw yourself there. And from all of us here at Monopoly, we congratulate you on the big win to get your name in lights, again, being the third person to ever be able to win the big jackpot here. Of course, just so everybody knows, that will reset everything. Next week, when we're back here again, whoever makes it to the bonus game will be back to our $25,000 and $50,000 numbers, since the bonus game was won. And of course, Joshua will be back here once again, because he now has second place in his sights, as he is only behind our second place, Brandon Scruggs, who has 132,040. He's only about a little over $20,690 away from Brandon, and that is reachable if you can win another game. So we'll see you back here again on our next episode, Joshua. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. As, of course, this is the time we bring in Jason Jarrell Quantavius Myers, Mr. Monopoly himself. Jason, I believe we can say, outside of when Seffi played Millionaires Club and won the $500,000, this is overall probably one of the best episodes that we have had here, probably even in Monopoly history.
You could say that. You did say that, and not say where it's a lie. This is most definitely up there in all the episodes that you've ever done, whether it be live or whether it be recorded. It's up there for sure.
Yes, I cannot argue you that whatsoever. You know, with lots of back and forth, John looking strong at the beginning, then here come Doug, and then here come Joshua, back and forth. It was looking a little while when we got into the second round like Doug may actually be able to pull off the upset to end all upsets. And then
I was wondering why it was abnormally cold in the studio.
Well, and that didn't even have anything to do with the Raisin Bran.
Right.
Somebody thought the studio was a refrigerator.
Oh, yes. But
for all of Katie Bergman's
nipples.
breast milk. I mean milk.
Yes.
Well, we all know that Bar Brady is wallowing in his Raisin Bran now.
Well, yes, this show has definitely gotten hit hard this season. And hey, with all the excitement that's going on here, ladies and gentlemen, I know that you've got to want to be participating in this. I know that there are other people out there that might try this. I know we've got our good friend Tony, who has got let's see, what's the actual name of the website? Net Game Central, and they do a lot of text-based versions of stuff, but there is nothing like being able to come in and hear people talking and have the board going and the game's going within an hour and a half, as opposed to it taking 3 to 4 weeks to finish a game. You want to be a part of this. All you have to do right now, if you're here with us and you're listening and you're not a member of MVG yet, all you have to do, hear me, it is genuinely this simple. Go to the Facebook page, look up MVG Productions, you'll see the logo. Go there and you sign up there. Once you are on the page, you will sign up that you want to become a member of MVG Productions. You're going to be asked a couple of simple questions. If you're a game show fan, you're going to be able to answer those questions. They're not hard, I promise you. Jose Cazares is here. They're not hard.
But the key thing is you have to answer the questions. If you don't answer the questions, you can't get in.
Yes, guys, and we just had someone here just within the last few days that they tried to become a member and did not answer the questions at all. That will not get, you shall not pass at that point. You answer those questions, then in no time flat, You will get that link to be able to join the Discord. It's the only way you can get in here to be able to talk with us, to be able to play with us, to be able to cut up, to be able to hear all the mess that we do behind the scenes when we're not on camera. And you want to be a part of it because it is an absolute hoot. I tell you, I have a lot going on in my own life. I have got 6 kids. I've got one on the way. I've got a wife. I teach. I have got retro video games I play. But I have poured 4 years plus now of my life into MVG Productions and Grandma Studios, and I don't regret a day of it. So you want to be a part of this, please do it. It's not going to be too many months from now. It's going to be time for the next game show marathon here that Brandon Scruggs puts on every year. The pieces are starting to come together on that. You want to be a part of it. If you want to come play with us, all you got to do that signing up, and you can have your chance to be in the game show marathon. That's what drove me to MVG all those years ago, is seeing the game show marathon and going, man, I'd love to play games with those guys one time. Maybe they would let me just jump in and play once. And again, been here for 4 years and have loved just about every minute of it. So do what you got to do to be a part of that. But outside of that, I will remind everybody, again, you can give us any feedback that you want to, and it's a good time to mention this. We welcome feedback here. I can tell you, especially when it comes to any shows that I host or that I'm a part of in a producing aspect or in a co-hosting aspect or an announcing aspect, that we want your feedback. I want to hear it, good, bad, ugly. All that we ask that you do not do when you're giving the feedback is to say things that are hateful or hurtful to people or groups. If you stay away from that stuff, then I can tell you, when it comes to me and the things that I'm part of, I don't care. You can tell me. If you tell me there's something you don't like, or, what show is the worst one you've seen Turd Ferguson host, I don't care, because the good thing is, for me, that's feedback, and I want your feedback. Because it allows, absolutely, it allows me to get better. What does not help is when we get thumbs down, and we don't normally get many of them, but just about every video that comes out, there'll be 1 thumbs down on our live streams. But we don't ever have anybody that sends us messages that say, hey, here's why I gave you a thumbs down. And trust me, I'm sure there's reasons to do it. Again, I will tell you straight up, you can reach me on Discord at TurdFerguson21. That is my name. If you send me a message on there, I will receive it and I will respond to you. I will be happy to have a conversation with you. But reach out and tell us what it is that you like, what it is that you dislike, anything that you would like to see us do differently, and we'll be all ears to hear it. But please give us that thumbs up if you were so inclined to do so. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel, that you ring the bell for notifications so you know when more of the great content that comes out here so many days a week comes out. Of course, as always, program reminders. Tomorrow night, barring anything weird happening, I have to say that, barring anything weird, it will be the 19th, and as people say, the penultimate episode of the Barry and Enright Cup. Will be at episode 19. So that tomorrow night's, and then next week will be the final 2 episodes of the regular season before we get into the tournament. So you're going to want to tune in for that. And of course, next Sunday night, we will be back with our 8th episode of Definition After Dark. We've only got 5 episodes of that left before we come to the end of its inaugural season. So you want to be around for that. I know some people are asking about multiple episodes of Monopoly. It is possible. Of course, with every time we have a new champion, we have to make sure we work within their schedule. We try to make sure we do Monday nights if at all possible. If there's a way to fit another episode in, you may see us back with another episode of that later in the week as well. If there's other things you'd like to see us do on the live stream, or if there's certain hosts that you would like to see here put some content up, whoever it may be, let us know. Even if it's somebody that's not currently doing a live stream, and we can talk, and we might be able to get something going up for you there. Tonight, of course, was the 188th live stream. So we're only 12 live streams away from our, that's a big deal. Before we, of course, have our MVG roast of Kevin Henry himself, so he can tell us how he is so benevolent, and I can tell him my ass, as I normally do here every night, and then I normally get a phone call from him sometime that week telling me all about it. So, but with all of that being said, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of the live chat. Thank you for staying with us all the way to the end through the national anthem and the box and they grabbed him by the balls and whatnot. We love you that you're there watching with us, and we are there even though you don't hear us anymore. We're there watching along with you and cracking up at the stuff you say. So keep making us laugh out there in the live stream. Keep supporting us. But with that, we're going to get out of here. So he was Jason Myers. I'm Turd Ferguson, and you sure as hell aren't. We'll see you back here again next time for another Monopoly Night in America. Until then, take care and good night, everybody.
And I'm Denise.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the final buzzer sounds and the lights dim on another exciting day, we bid farewell here at MVG Productions, broadcasting from the heart of Silva, North Carolina. Today we've seen contestants triumph, puzzles unravel, and fortunes change. We hope our game shows brought you thrills, laughter, and maybe a few nail-biting moments. Thank you for being a part of our audience, supporting us, and recognizing the vision of Brandon Scruggs, who owns and operates MVG Productions. Until next time, we leave you with our national anthem. Good night.
They grabbed him by the balls, or the jewels.